Normie Rowe, hello to you.
How are you, Leigh? I'm sorry about that. I wasn't in the garden.
What were you doing, rehearsing with Ross D, were you?
I had to go and get some black jelly beans from the local chemist.
That's you. Okay, for your wife or for yourself or the kids, or who is it for?
I don't have a wife. Come on, I'm a happy man.
Oh, okay. I won't enter that debate because I'll be in trouble if she who must be obeyed is listening.
Well, fair enough.
I'll be in trouble, yeah. But, look, well, that's right. You get out there, do your muso work and have a lot of fun.
That's right. And fun is the order of the day for us whenever we're on.
Now, Normie, I wanted to introduce you. So here's the intro I had all prepared for you. I played one of your songs, by the way, Que Sera Sera, when I was filling in there. But I had an intro, so we'll do the intro. You can roll the drums for me. Australia's pop legend, Normie Rowe, Denise Drysdale, Johnny Young and Ross D. Wiley will be performing at a fundraiser for the Royal Children's Hospital Peel on the 2nd of April in honour of one of his tiniest little patients. Yes, it's a fundraiser. It's very, very close to the heart of my next guest. Normie, tell me about this fundraiser and, of course, the little in your life.
Well, little Baxter, who is now 18 months old, when he was first born, had to go and have a couple of procedures at the Royal Children's Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And my daughter was not impressed. She was inspired. And came back and she said, "You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to I'm going to put $100 in the Good Friday appeal every year for the rest of my life."
Wonderful.
I said, "Well, that's a big ask." So I said, "Why don't you just run an event and raise a bit more than $100?" Which she and a friend did last year. It was called after my grandson Baxter, after her son. It was called Baxter's Ball, and we've decided to continue. We're doing that again this year, but this one isn't a nighttime thing. It's the Sunday afternoon, so it's this Sunday week, and it will, as you said, it will have people like Denise Drysdale, beautiful Denise, Johnny Young, Ross D. Wiley, and yours truly.
It's going to be a fun afternoon. 2 o'clock, I think, isn't it? 2?
Well, no, it gets underway at about 12:30.
12:30.
Yeah, 12:30 until about 4:30.
Because you've got a lunch, haven't you?
It's a 3-course meal and drinks all in the ticket price.
Now, you're getting together with some of your old mates, and of course you're touring with these guys too. I had Ross D on the program just a week or two back, and he was telling me about what you guys are doing at the moment. But you've got the extra of Denise Drysdale from Studio 10, and she's always a heck of a ride, isn't she, to have Denise with you?
I love working with Denise because it's everything. It's always fresh because you never know what to expect.
Exactly right.
She's so funny.
Yeah, she is.
Some of the funniest things that I've ever heard in my life have emanated from either something she physically has done or she has said. She's just a hilarious lady.
Mm-hmm. She certainly is. I've known Denise for a long time. She lived in Warrigal or near East for a long time. We were up at Warrigal too in those days, and we got to know each other pretty well. But a lovely talent, a great girl, and great to see her back on television.
Yes. Yeah, and she lightens up that whole, or not just lightens, but lightens and brightens up that whole morning for me. I love watching it. I saw her one morning. There was a very proper newsreader, and I forget her name, but she was at one end of the panel, and Denise was at the other end, and they started talking about those little tomato sauce sachets where you bend them in half and squeeze them, and it's supposed to go on the pie, and she said, funnily enough, they don't ever seem to go where you want them to go.
Yes.
You watch this. And she went to squirt, what's his name, the fellow with the glasses?
Yeah, Joe.
Joe. Went to squirt Joe, missed him completely, and got this lady who was wearing a beautiful white suit. I'm in my own lounge room on the Gold Coast, on the floor, just cracking up, laughing myself to death. She is so funny. funny.
Oh, dear.
Anyway, I just hope that the wardrobe were able to get the tomato sauce off the outfit.
No, I'm sure they would. They'll go and buy another one and replace it or something. I'm sure they'd do something to help her. Norma, you and I are about the same age. I'm 70, and I think you're about the same age as I am. And you and I were both around the same time in the 60s with the Vietnam War. I was lucky, I suppose, if you can say that, and I wasn't called up. You were called up. I suppose a little bit like yourself, I just started in radio in 1966, and I thought to myself, my God, I hope to heavens that marble is not pulled out, because there goes my career. With yourself and your singing had taken off, and then, of course, you interrupted by going to Vietnam. It put things on hold for a while for you, didn't it?
Well, a long time. I never really recovered into the career as it was. And when I got back singing at all, it was basically as a cabaret act working in clubs in Sydney. So, the aspirations of international success were pretty much smashed. And we were doing very well at the time in the UK, We were starting to really get some traction. We had 2 songs, It's Not Easy and Ooh La La, had made it into the top 20. And there were, the record company was really positive, and we had good vibes all the way around. Our peers, people that we knew well, people like the Seekers. Olivia Newton-John was starting to hit her straps with Pat Carroll, and then eventually into her own solo career. And then, the Twilights came over and they split up, but they ended up doing a lot of work with people like Cliff Richard. So it really, the federal government's got in the way of certainly of my career.
Yeah.
On an ongoing basis. They don't even today, they don't see the performing arts and the entertainment industry as a vocation. And that's a quote from Simon Birmingham, the Minister for Education and Training. That's hideous. That's suggesting that we have no real worthwhile. So I think I'm going back to him and I'm going to ask for my tax back.
Well, I think we all should do that. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Normie, I was reading about you and the Lou Tupano School of Music, and I'll get to that in a second, but one of your idols when you were about 9 years of age was Cole Joy, and he's been a great friend of mine too over the years. I love Cole, and you must have really admired him as a little kid. Well,
I did, and you don't always get to end up being friends with your idols, and that's happened with me, and I'm so blessed to have, to be able to get on the phone and just ring Cole, or he rings me, and we see how each other is settling for the day.
That's nice. That's nice.
It's a wonderful thing. Some of the stories that come out of Cole's mouth are, he was up here having some dinner or having some lunch with us a few months ago, and I didn't open my mouth for 2.5 hours. He had
very good,
wonderful stories of Chuck Berry and Jerry Lee Lewis in the old days when he toured with them, and the rivalry between Johnny O'Keefe and Cole and the Joy Boys, all those wonderful historic anecdotes. I mean, I just wish I'd had a tape rolling. But the only problem is you wouldn't have enough tape.
Exactly right. And Lou Tupano School of Music, you were attending there about 1960 or so, and you got to sing Rock and Rollin' Clementine of Cole's, didn't you?
That's right, yeah. And I was only a kid. I think, what was I, 12, I guess.
Yeah, you would have been.
Yeah. And I won the best performance of the night.
And you got a trophy.
And I got a trophy, which I still have today, funnily enough.
Good on you. That's a few story. Let's just repeat for our listeners, Baxter's Ball, it's the 2nd of April. Do you know a booking phone number for that at all?
Well, it's at the Carolika.
At Ringwood. Yep.
At Ringwood. So if you go onto the Carolika website, you can book through them. So
yeah.
Carolika is Karr
A-L-Y-K-A.
Could you spell it out
Yep,
for me?
I will. K-A-R-R-A-L-Y-K-A. Carolina Centre. It's in Mines Road, Ringwood.
And also, for more information, you can go to just Google Baxter's Ball, B-A-X-T-E-R-S. Don't forget about the apostrophe. Baxter's Ball. Google that, and all the information is available on that.
12:30, you'll see all these guys there. You've got Normie Rowe, of course, Denise is going to be there, Johnny Young, Rosty Wiley, all performing at Baxter's Ball for a wonderful, wonderful cause. Go and support them, please, and make it a great afternoon. Normie, always good to catch up.
By the way, whilst the adults have got it, there's the ticket price for them. If it's a Sunday afternoon, if you wanted to bring your kids, the meal is a couple of 2-course meal or something like that for kids, and that's about $35, and money from that also goes towards the Good Friday appeal as well.
Wonderful stuff. Good on you, Normie. We'll talk to you again, I'm sure. You have a great week as it goes on, and a wonderful charity.
We look forward to it. Thanks very much,
Thanks,
Leigh.
Normie. Okay, bye-bye to you.
Bye, everybody.
Normie Rowe.